Like KS said, you can't make this stuff up. Y'all check this out. But before we get into the video, do me a favor, like the video and leave a comment. I do my best to respond to as many as I can, and I really enjoy listening to what you guys have to say. Subscribe to my channel and hit that hype button if you really want to help your boy out. It is really appreciated.
I don't really do dates. I don't like meeting new people. Ever since I got my heart broken once, never again. I don't go on dates.
Well, how did he break your heart?
He just beat me. That's it. He didn't let me go anywhere. He pistol whipped me. He broke all my phones. Okay.
How long were you with him?
3 years.
What gave you the courage to leave that situation?
I still talk to him and I still want to get back together.
What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Even though he did every friend I have, he insulted me in every way. And I would still go back.
What are you, slow? Did you just get off the short yellow bus?
What's making it so hard to leave?
I swear, if this chick say the sex, I'm gonna lose it.
The and the love.
Getting pistol whipped is love?
And I'm just in love with everything. I'm crazy. I fell in love with everything about him. I would still want to be with him right now.
Lady, I don't think you're crazy. Not at all. I just believe you've never taken a moment to reflect and think about who you are and why you do the things you do. I think if you do that, you'll get your answer.
I'm retarded?
Now, she went on to blame it on her childhood and said this is what love looks like to her. But to me, that's a cop-out because love is displayed everywhere. So as an adult, you have the option to choose a different path. Just like there are kids who grew up broke, but they chose to change who they were by going to school or starting a business. So you could have looked at the different options, but you like this one. That's all it is. Don't sit there and act like you didn't have a choice. You as an adult should be able to see that there's different levels to love. And there's this thing called common sense. Because to me, I wouldn't care if you were raised in the jungle with Tarzan. You should have realized that something ain't right about this. You should know if a man is willing to beat you in the head with a pistol and sleep with all of your friends and insult you all day and treat you like garbage, that's not love. So I'm not listening to that. Ladies, something is wrong with you mentally because your wires are not connecting, because there ain't no sex in the world that good. I don't care what you got down there. Nothing's that good to make you want to get treated like that. And I can even understand if you say you dealt with that and it was the worst time of your life and you'll never deal with that again. You just said you wanted him back, so you want more of it. This is why I'm saying something's wrong with you mentally. And I know there's other women out there like this. They love this type of abuse. It feels good to them, and something's wrong with them too. Ain't no sex in the world good enough to have you in a situation like that. Or can it be good enough to make you want to leave your family? Sure. I mean, Sunshine gave it to that man and he left his family just like that.
Hello, it's Daddy. Hey, darling, put Mommy on the phone. Yeah, Barbara, it's Richie. Yeah, look it, I ain't never coming home no more. Take it easy.
But asking to be beat and abused and all this other stuff, you need to get a hold of your emotions and stop being silly. Stevie Wonder can see that man is no good for you, but you can't see it. So it is what it is. And something else I found funny, when she said he slept with all of my friends, her friend standing there looking like she slid down that fire pole a couple times too. And you know what the worst part about everything she just said? She wants him back. And what I am hearing is that he doesn't want her back. Maybe like that Key and Peele sketch, he's just tired of slapping her.
I don't know if you with me at this point or what, but I don't want to smack a no more.
I don't know, but he doesn't want her back. Think about that. An abuser who doesn't want to abuse? You know what, come to think about it, this ain't even adding up. This whole story is not adding up. You're probably leaving out a lot of stuff. Maybe all that stuff he was doing to you, there was a reason behind all that. You already said you was crazy. I don't know what you were doing to that man. So lady, you might want to look in the mirror because apparently something's really wrong. Any man who roll up on this girl and try to date her, she is going to take you to hell and back. She can't be fixed. You can't save her. This is one you just got to walk away from. You will have no chance of winning with her. None. Until she goes to therapy and figure out her life, any man who steps into her path, it is going to be an absolute nightmare. Any man, well, of course, unless you're an abuser like her first boyfriend. If that's the case, then it might be successful. But for any normal man, that right there would be the biggest mistake you've ever made in your life. But knowing men the way I know men, somebody's gonna do it. So all I can say is good luck with that.
I remember one time I was dealing with one girl and I was thinking and I was like, bro, this girl don't do nothing for me. Like, I'm not gonna say absolutely nothing, but it's very rare when the person did do something for me, like very rare. And I remember I thought to myself, like, bro, I'm doing something for this person like every day, basically. Like, how this person getting away with not doing nothing? So I remember I picked her up, I asked her, I said, yo, don't get mad when I ask you this. This is a real question because maybe I'm just forgetting something. You know what I'm saying? So I said, what do you do for me? Like, I straight up asked. And Shawty was like, what you mean? I'm like, what do you do for me? Like, I can go ahead and list off plenty things that I do for you. I could just go off of what I've done in the last 4 days. Like, what do you do for me? And she gonna say, I spend time with you. What? I said, okay, let me rephrase the question. Outside of you blessing me with your wonderful, graceful presence, what do you do for me? She was stunned. She didn't have anything to say. Like, she really was just quiet. And I sat there quiet with her, waiting for her, giving her time to think. She ain't come up with nothing. That's when I knew.
Don't feel bad, my brother. A lot of us men have been in the exact same situation. I remember I was in this situation and I sat back just like he did, but I thought to myself, I didn't ask her the question, and I realized she did nothing for me. I was doing a lot for her as far as just everyday stuff, but she wasn't doing anything for me. And I know it isn't just me and him. A lot of men have been in this situation, and a lot of it is just the programming. We have been told since we were kids to make her happy. Think about the woman. And a lot of us, we don't think about ourselves. I am pretty sure there are men out there right now, if they sat back and thought at this moment right now, they would realize that girl does absolutely nothing for them. The whole relationship is revolved around what they do for her. And I know this is reversed in certain situations where there are women out there doing more for the man and the man's not doing much for them. So I do know it can go that way as well, but I think it's more common with men because of the programming. We have just been told to give, make her happy, make her smile, happy life, happy wife, and all of that. And because of that, a lot of us end up in these situations where we're not getting anything out of it but her time and some sex. And there are some men out there who ain't getting either one of them. And that is something we have to work on, man. We got to start thinking about ourselves when we're in those relationships. I'm not saying stop taking care of your woman, but you got to start thinking about yourself. If you're with a woman and it is all about her, you're with the wrong woman. It may be time to cut the cord and move along, because in most of those situations, it does not end well for you. When you are dealing with a selfish woman, that doesn't change with time. If y'all get married or whatever, it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. And don't ever fall for that. Well, when I get married, that's when you'll see all the other stuff. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that. If you ain't giving me nothing in a relationship, we're not going to make it to a marriage. So you can miss me with that. And this is why asking that question up front, what do you bring to the table, or some form of that, is a smart thing to do. You can get an idea of what this woman's mindset is by asking that question. If she doesn't have anything to say then, there's a good chance she ain't going to have anything to say later. And the sad part is, back in the days, you didn't need to ask this question because most women brought value to a relationship. But nowadays, with feminism and all this other stuff going on, a lot of these women do not believe in doing anything for a man, but they want stuff done for them. And you just want to make sure you don't end up with one of them. The last thing you want to do is wait months, maybe even years before you ask that question, just to find out that girl you have been investing in is about as useful as a bike with no wheels. So fella, just be careful that you're not in some one-sided relationship, because it is draining. I do not blame these women for letting us do everything for them. That's not their fault. We all know there are some women out there who are users, especially in the United States. Now, of course, there are some good women out there too who would appreciate and reciprocate what you're doing for them. Just make sure you end up with the latter. We have to do better. We got to be smarter. We can't just be giving up everything and getting nothing in return. That is not the way relationships are supposed to work. Both parties should be getting value in this relationship, not just one. So if you're in a relationship, you can't be scared to ask that question. Call her in the kitchen, pull up a chair, look at her, and just be like,
what would you say you do here?
And a lot of you are going to be very surprised because she's not going to be able to answer that question.
Wives and girlfriends, stop cooking for your man.
Shut up. Shut up.
Wait, what? That's right. Ladies, stop cooking for your man.
Ouch. No, shut the
And here's why. If you're like so many women that are actually in their wounded masculine energy, you giving to your man is exhausting you, overwhelming you, and burning you out. So what does cooking for your man have anything to do with this? Too often, wives will put the wants, needs, and desires of their husband ahead of themselves. The most important aspect of a healing feminine woman is that she takes care of herself first. She has begun to surrender this need to give and provide to everyone else before she supports and serves herself. This mother right here.
Let me explain to y'all why I know this guy is pandering. Because in his initial message, he said stop cooking for your man. He didn't say stop cooking for your kids, because women don't want to hear that. Women are okay cooking for their kids. They don't want to cook for their husbands. They don't want to cook for their boyfriends. And he is pandering to a certain audience. So that's why he didn't say kids. He left the kids out of the equation. When the fact is everything he said applies to kids as well. Matter of fact, it's even worse with kids because they demand more of your time than your husband. Now, I'm going to repeat what he just said, and I'm going to take out the men and add children to it, and let's see if it still sounds the same. Ladies, do not cook for your children. If those kids are hungry, that is too bad. You have to put yourself first. Now, does that still sound good, ladies?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The fact is, he knows his audience, and he knows a lot of those women do not like men, or they just don't see men as people, and a lot of them don't want to cook or do anything domestic. So he knew that message would resonate with them. But if he would have added children, he would have lost a lot of them, and that's exactly why he said it the way he said it. But to the point he was trying to make in the video, sir, that is called being a wife. That is called being a mother. And when the husband is doing the exact same thing, sacrificing for his family, giving everything he has to his family by going out working every day and spending all of his free time with his wife and his kids, he's doing the same thing, because that's called being a husband. It's called being a father. If she is a stay-at-home mother, cooking is part of her responsibilities. Just like him going out working every day and paying those bills is part of his responsibility. It's called duty, sir.
A healing woman is a self-care woman. Ladies, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And nourishing the feminine body is incredibly important. Nourishing in all ways, most especially what you're putting inside of your body. Fuel and nutrients that best serve you, that keep you happy and healthy.
Didn't you just tell this woman not to cook? But now you're saying what goes in her body is important, the nutrition is all important? So the husband doesn't deserve nutrition? The kids don't deserve nutrition? What the hell is going on here?
So if you're constructing menus and agendas or any aspect of your life that's disregarding and dismissing what you want and desire, that is contributing to why you feel like you've lost who you are.
This right here is why the marriage rate is dropping like the ball at midnight on New Year's Eve, because of pandering fools like this. The man said if she's busy constructing menus and agendas, that is taken away from doing the things that she want to do, and that's a problem. What? That is called life, sir. That is part of being a mother and a wife. You're sacrificing the things you want to do for your family. If a husband woke up one day and said he didn't want to work anymore, he just wants to hang out with his friends all day, that would be a huge problem, because he is not doing what he signed up to do, which was take care of his family. So why is it okay if a woman does that? There are ways to make that situation better. If you guys have extra money, y'all can hire some help to help her out around the house. You can utilize family members or friends to help out with the children. Or if she's tired of cooking and cleaning and take care of the kids, she can just go back to work and you guys can just put the kids in daycare. There's ways to get around that, but to tell that lady she doesn't have to worry about it because she's a woman is ridiculous, sir. That is ridiculous, because there are women out there without a husband. They have to work 2-3 jobs just to get by. They don't get the luxury of doing what they want to do either. So you're gonna have to pick your poison. Either you can do it with help or without help, but either way, you're gonna have to do things that you don't want to do.
Please continue to support your husband and your family by cooking and providing the nourishment that they all want and need, but ensure that it always includes what you want and desire first. This is also how a feminine woman can inspire everyone around her. Ladies, you come first.
Okay, fellas, well, y'all heard what he said, so I'm going to give you guys a message. Men, you come first. Don't put your family first. Don't worry about your kids. You come first. If you don't want to take that family trip to Disney World to make the kids and the wife happy, don't do it. Take that money and do whatever you want to do. It is about you, fellas. Forget that SUV or minivan that'll be better for the household. You take your money and you go out and get that Hellcat you've always wanted. It can fit up to 5 passengers, so they can all fit in there. It might be a little uncomfortable, but who cares? You got to put you first. Don't worry, this is all part of the masculine healing process, so it'll be fine. Do y'all see how crazy that sounds? And then you got this dodo brain on the screen just nodding along with it. Lady, you're the reason why these panderers are pandering. You're the problem, because y'all just eat up whatever these dudes are serving. I do believe in balance. There are ways you can still do the things you want to do while in a relationship with kids and a family, but it's really about balance. So you have to position yourself with time management and planning so you can create time for yourself, even if you have a lot going on around you. But if you're in a situation where you can't do that and you have people who are counting on you as a husband or a wife, you gotta do what you gotta do. You don't sit there and abandon your duties because you don't feel like doing it anymore. Men sacrifice every day for their families. Do you really believe men want to do the stuff they gotta do on a daily basis? If you want life to be about you, don't get married and don't have kids. People do that all the time. They don't have a spouse, they don't have any kids, so they can put themselves first all they want. But that's not how it works when you have a spouse and children. There was a stretch when my daughter was younger, let's say between 3 and 8 years old, where I didn't watch regular TV. Only thing that was on the TV was cartoons and just kid stuff. There was like 5 years straight I had to deal with that. But you know what? It was fine because it was about my child. It wasn't about me. And this man is basically telling these women it is about them. And that selfish mindset shouldn't be in a marriage. Again, I believe in balance. I do believe taking time for yourself to do things, but you do not tell somebody to just throw their duties out the window to get that time. If you are in a moment in your life where your kids and family need you to be there and do the things you need to do, you need to do that first. Then you figure out how to get time for yourself. That's how you do it. And that's the same thing for men. If you are in a situation where you have to work 7 days a week, that's what you got to do. And then when you got a debt and you want to take a day or two off or take a vacation, that's what you do. But you don't just wake up one day and say, I don't want to do this, so nobody's eating today. This is ridiculous. And this guy knew exactly what he was doing because he started the video out saying women don't cook. And then at the end of the video, he's going to turn around and say, well, y'all should still cook for them. Don't try to play these mind games with me. I know some of these women aren't weak enough to fall for that, but I know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to get clicks and likes on your pandering videos because you know there are going to be women out there, they're going to hear that first part and they're going to run with it. But you don't care because you're making a couple of dollars off of it. This group of women is probably the most laziest, selfish group of women in the history of women, and you're online telling them to be more selfish. That's okay. You keep pandering to these women and you women keep listening to these panderers, and y'all gonna look up in a couple years and the world is gonna be just like an 8th grade dance. All the boys gonna be on one side and the girls gonna be on the other side, and nobody gonna be talking to each other. And when that happens, just remember, because this is what y'all created. I'm just saying. But leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.